Once a sacred luxury reserved for nobles, perfume has now become a global accessory, where style and identity are etched into every invisible drop, fueling a billion-dollar empire that never stops growing. But have you ever wondered how the bottles of perfume you see every day are actually made? The journey of creating these captivating statements of identity begins with the earth itself, where delicate flower buds are carefully harvested and brought to the workshop. From there, precious essential oils are born, moving deeper into an intricate blending process that transforms them into exquisite perfumes, mesmerizing millions of fragrance lovers around the world. Today, join Agriculture Insight as we uncover the most unique perfume-making process and the secret formulas hidden behind those glass bottles overflowing with scent. All will be revealed in this video. Every day, millions of bottles of perfume are consumed across the globe, serving as an invisible weapon that helps people feel more confident and attractive. Few realize that this beauty ritual traces back to ancient Egypt, where perfume was used to embalm pharaohs and connect with the gods. Over 55 billion USD, that is the staggering value the fragrance industry generates each year. The 17th century marked a turning point when distillation techniques were perfected, transforming glamorous France into the cradle of modern perfumery. Today, despite the rise of hundreds of brands, France still reigns supreme in both production and export, with legendary pillars like Chanel, Dior, and Guerlain. When speaking of French perfumes, sophistication, classic elegance, and luxury remain their timeless declaration. Meanwhile, fashionable Italy has made its mark with bold creativity and individuality through Gucci, Dolce & Gabbana, and Acqua di Parma. What's fascinating is that the very same bottle of perfume smells different on each person as it interacts with their skin's pH, body chemistry, and even lifestyle, creating an invisible signature that carries a deeply personal imprint. And to create this magic, every bottle of perfume is born from dozens, sometimes even hundreds of ingredients, with floral essences at its very heart. Now, let us begin the journey at the very first stop. Lavender essential oil, the pillar of perfumery, where endless purple fields have nurtured the soul of countless eternal fragrances. Summer in Europe is the season of lavender. From the fields of Provence in France to the plains of Bulgaria, a sea of purple stretches endlessly, and when 70% of the blossoms are in full bloom, it marks the golden moment, the peak of essential oil content, ready for harvest. For farmers, harvesting lavender is not merely agricultural work, but an art passed down through generations with its own secrets and unwritten rules. The timing of the harvest determines more than 70% of the season's success in producing premium quality essential oil. Each day of delay causes the oil content in each purple blossom to drop noticeably. On the other hand, if harvested too early, the fragrance compounds have not yet fully accumulated their richness for distillation. Today, with the advancement of technology, manual harvesting has gradually given way to modern reaping machines. Across endless purple fields, specialized harvesters put on an impressive display of technology, gliding gently like ships cutting through waves in a sea of flowers. At the front is a system of sharp rotating blades, aligned parallel to the ground, cutting each lavender bush close to the root without crushing the petals. Immediately after, a synchronized serrated conveyor system sweeps the freshly cut lavender stems straight into the rear storage compartment, minimizing loss and preserving the quality of raw material before distillation. With just one run, a single machine can replace the labor of 20 to 30 farmers, boosting productivity up to tenfold compared to manual methods. Beyond saving time and effort, mechanization also ensures the flowers remain fresh and intact, preserving the maximum concentration of their precious essential oils. Immediately after harvesting, lavender must be transported to the factory within 24 hours to maintain freshness and minimize the loss of essential oil. With an annual yield of tens of thousands of tons, lavender has become a key supply source for the fragrance industry, accounting for up to 40% of the natural essential oils used in the production of perfumes and cosmetics. At the start of essential oil production, tons of lavender, lightly dried to 10 to 15% moisture, are poured into giant steam distillation vats. Here, the flowers are packed firmly enough for steam to permeate evenly through the entire mass. As hot steam is injected, essential oil molecules evaporate and rise along with the vapor. This mixture then passes through a cooling condenser system, where it transforms back into liquid form. Thanks to the difference in density, the essential oil floats to the surface and is separated in a Florentine flask. The water below, known as lavender hydrosol, still retains a gentle fragrance and is often used in cosmetics or room sprays. Finally, the essential oil is purified, bottled in dark glass containers or stainless steel drums, and stored at a stable temperature of 15 to 20 degrees Celsius. From there, the pale golden drops with their rich aroma are born, liquid gold that forms the foundation for countless iconic perfume formulas around the world. Yet, in the vast and diverse world of perfumery, lavender is not the only essential oil to be revered. At the higher end of the spectrum, rose and jasmine are celebrated as the true treasures of the fragrance industry. These two luxurious oils feature in nearly all legendary perfumes, from Chanel No. 5 and Dior J'adore to Guerlain Shalimar. And the journey to create them is no less elaborate than the making of a masterpiece. In Bulgaria, known as the Valley of Roses of the world, the harvest season for damask roses is fleeting, lasting only from late May to early June. The golden hour for picking is at dawn, when the petals have just begun to bloom and the essential oil concentration is at its peak. In the morning mist, farmers gently cradle each delicate bud, hand-picking them to preserve their fragile fragrance before quickly placing them into wicker baskets to avoid bruising, then transporting them straight to the distillery. Much like roses, jasmine, delicate and fragile, can only be harvested entirely by hand. In India and Egypt, the two countries that together account for 90% of the world's jasmine essential oil, the harvest is carried out like a traditional ritual. Farmers carefully pluck each blossom by hand, taking care not to bruise the petals. To preserve the highest concentration of essential oil, the flowers must be picked at night, around 2 to 3 a.m., when darkness still cloaks the fields, but the blossoms are at their fullest bloom, releasing their sweetest and most enchanting fragrance. Immediately after harvesting, the jasmine is placed into airy wicker baskets and swiftly loaded onto carts for transport to the processing facility. There, the flowers are spread out on a clean floor, evenly raked for preliminary sorting and preparation before extraction begins. Speed is critical, for even a delay of a few hours can cause the petals to wilt and their precious fragrance to fade away. Unlike lavender, which can be distilled directly with steam, more delicate flowers, such as roses and jasmine, require a more refined method: extraction with organic solvents, most commonly hexane. In this process, freshly harvested flowers are placed into multi-layered extraction vats. Hexane permeates through the petals, dissolving the aromatic molecule